tomato and get her to laugh about it, and they don't sue you. That's PR, public relations. If you show them the different entertainment and everything that's available at the fair, and you explain how much fun they're going to have spending all their money at the fair, and answer their question, that is sales. And if you planned it all, that's marketing. And there's lots of pieces that go into the puzzle, and lots of them overlap, and lots of them we're terrified of. Some of them we enjoy, we absolutely. I swear quite a lot, so if I'm offending anybody, I again shout, can you not? But as I get more passionate as I go through, sometimes it gets worse. I apologise in advance. But marketing is about being planned. It's about being sustained in what you're doing. It's about actually doing it, and there is a science to it. And it takes time to learn that. And it's not rocket science. It's easy to do small things that you can do time and time again, and if you keep doing them, you will get better at them. But anyone who tells you that they are a guru is talking nonsense. Did you just like the nonsense? Because they're not. There is nobody as a guru in marketing, because it changes every day, it changes every hour, it's changing as we speak and we sit in this room. But all you can do is keep yourself educated and keep educating yourself on what is right for your business. So let's move in to the actual topic we are going to talk about today. Let's define what a corporate client looks like to this industry. So there isn't a typo on this slide. I have left this slide blank because I would like some of you to stand up and tell me what you feel defines a corporate client for you. So now I'm going to pick on some people. Anyone who is a member of Photo Booth Marketing, please stand up. On your feet. On your feet. Anybody hiding in the back? So I do have something that's very exclusive for anyone who's standing up and is prepared to answer my questions this morning. These are the very exclusive Dwayne Pike t-shirts. There is only two. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to see who's going to come up and answer for me. So, here's the first one. You don't have to fight over them, but there's only 30. Just letting you know. So, who would like to define what a corporate client means to them or their business?
It's me, thank you.
So, up you come, don't be afraid.
Are you gonna?
Go on, Becky, sometimes Kurt, you're in the spotlight. Define a corporate client within your business. Fortune 500. And what makes you say that? What? Speak up.
He said it's where the money's at.
Okay. And have you worked with any Fortune 500 companies?
Yeah.
Give him the microphone, please.
He's, come on.
So, he is correct.
Okay.
Fortune 500. Oh, you have to be in the middle of the room. Overcomplicated it all, I haven't it?
I'm complicated.
It's always complicated. So, off you go, Kurt.
Are we done?
No, I haven't finished with him yet.
What's
No. This is for all the Zoom calls he doesn't arrive to. So, corporate 500 companies, it is defined as a corporation. Why is that important to your business, except for the fact that it makes lots of money?
Great for networking, get a lot of leads. I do photography too, so we've actually got some like family business from it.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, my next question was, Kurt, can you tell everyone in the room what other services you do? Because lots of us get into this business, lots of us fall into this business, lots of us don't even choose to get into this business and get up one morning and it takes over our lives. So what other things do you do in your business?
Photography, family, children, wedding, anything that will pay the bills.
You too. Lovely. I like you. Well done. He's absolutely correct. A corporate client would definitely be, that's very high end, very, very high end. and takes time to get to, and we'll talk about that. So, next up, Ray. Oh, come get your t-shirt. Thank you very much.
Same questions or new questions?
I'm going to start, and let's have a wee. Yeah, okay. So, Ray, define what corporate means in your business, and please introduce your business and where you're from. So, Kurt is in the US, and Ray, where are you from?
I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Excellent. Any Canadians in the room? Go give them a cheer. Oh, those who like these are lighting up. I like it. Okay. So, define a corporate client in your business.
Any company that sells services or goods that we can interact with and give them feedback on case.
Okay. And what services do you offer within your business?
Photo booth, love letters, audio guest book.
What'd you make up? Audio guest book. And what type of corporate clients do you have currently in your business? What would be your biggest corporate client? Let's start with that. Do you want to help them, Cindy? Go and help them. So this is the dream team, husband and wife. Go and help them. You're not getting the t-shirt now. She's getting the t-shirt.
Hey.
You can't answer the questions. It's only fair.
She does all that. I just do the lifting.
No. Cindy, name me 3 corporate clients that you work for within your business, low, middle, and high, please.
Shopping malls would be one where we
Okay.
provide holiday activations.
How much do you make from those?
30,000 per location.
Perfect, okay. So what's a middle client for you?
Something like a museum, Royal Botanical Gardens. We've just done a nice activation for.
Okay, what type of figure would you throw at somebody like a tourist attraction or a museum or something of that caliber?
2 to 4
Okay, so 2 to 4
for an
times.
evening, like just an evening activation.
Okay. And then what would be your absolute lowest budget for a corporate client?
A holiday party for, let's say, an accounting firm or something like that, and it could be about 1,500 to 2,000.
Perfect. Thank you very much. You can lift your t-shirt. So that demonstrates corporate is huge in terms of the landscape. Corporate starts from that very simple drop-off booth for $500 that can actually sometimes make you more profit than that £30,000 activation, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But the main reason that there's a differentiation between doing a wedding or doing a social event to working with corporate is the brand. Because you are no longer just a photo booth operator. You're no longer servicing a social party or a wedding. You are becoming someone's brand manager. And as soon as that happens, you become a marketeer. And then you start to add more hats to what you do and the experience that you have. And every single person in this room is capable of doing corporate, no matter what level you choose to do it at, because you're all professionals. And that is the one thing in the industry. We get new people that come in and they are terrified because they see other people in the industry doing these huge activations and it's out there and it's everywhere. So I'm going to talk today from basic through to large. The first thing that you have to understand when it comes to any type of marketing is understanding your audience. And with your audience, with a wedding, it's more about education because a bride just wants a photo booth. She doesn't understand anything else, so don't tell her anything else because then she's going to ask you too many questions and it'll take you 6 weeks to sell rather than going, I'm the expert, this is the best experience for your wedding, let's get you booked. But when it comes to corporate, you have a tool within your business that saves them time, that saves them money, that does so much for them because you become a marketing tool for that business, which is of huge value to them. So if there is only 5 statements you take away today, it is this slide. And you learn them. And you say, I am a photo marketing agency who offers brand awareness, user engagement, content creation, compliant data capture, and social sharing for any of your events or campaigns, because that is exactly what corporate clients need. And it doesn't matter if it's the hairdressers on the corner, or whether it's the accountancy firm that are holding a stakeholder engagement event, or whether it's a large corporation that wants you to do multi-depots, multi-locations across the country. They all have exactly the same pain points, because in marketing, these are the 5 things that are important. And you have to remember that when you're operating a photo experience company, you have to learn to stop using the word photo booth. Because as soon as you put the word photo booth into your vocabulary, you take yourself back down to a $500 job. You have to become that marketeer, and you have to own it, because you're actually doing these things anyway, and you have the tool to do it. So that is the pill for their pain point. If it's the only thing you remember from today, please use it in your business. So let's talk about how and where you should be positioning your brand for corporate clients. The first thing is your own brand marketing. It is so important that your brand marketing is on point. It's so important that your brand says that you are a photo or video marketing company or experience agency, and your website must be beautiful, it must be easy to read, it must showcase case studies of corporate events, or that you can offer corporate events and you can offer branding and lots of things I'm going to show you in a moment. Testimonials. You have to have testimonials, and I know that's difficult when starting out, but we're going to talk a little bit about how to get those in a moment. Email marketing. Email marketing is not dead. The other thing then is looking at sponsorships, and I'll talk a bit more about this on the next slide. Then social media. So when it comes to your target audience for any marketing campaign, you have to find out where that audience are hanging out. So the corporate audience are not on Facebook. The corporate audience, some of them might hang out on Instagram, so it's lower down the list. But your corporate audience are generally going to find you on Google My Business or LinkedIn. I'm going to talk more about these two. This is just a quick overview. Then networking. Networking is the most important thing you will ever do, because corporate is about building relationships. Who you know and what you know will be the foundations to your corporate building your corporate business. You need to show up at events. You need to do partnerships and collaborations with events that you're even trying to get into, and you need to network on LinkedIn. Now, let me just talk about professional networking. So, when it comes to professional networking, the first thing to look at in your business, if you're only starting out and you have never even thought about corporate before, you want to look at partnerships and collaborations with people. You want to team up with other businesses and associations that make you look good, showcase what you can do to the right target audience. So a really good example is your local Chamber of Commerce. If you're not a member with your local Chamber of Commerce, you should be, because that is the place where you will get to know all of your local businesses and all of your local business people. It is where you'll find out when things are happening first, because all of those people talk and they network, and so if there's a new store opening or there's a new hotel coming to town, you will get that information in a timely manner in order to sell them an experience. If you do not have the funding in your business to pay for your membership, do a contra deal. Go to the chamber and say, I am happy to contra off X amount of events for my membership, including advertising on your site, email marketing, and a few ads throughout the year. Can we get a contract in place? If you're in a position to pay for it, then pay for it, because it will pay you back tenfold if you turn up, turn on, and go to these events and network with people. The next thing is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the biggest, the world's largest B2B social networking site. If you do not have a LinkedIn profile, please set one up. Get to understand the platform. It is basically like the Facebook of business, but it's now a bank of information as well. Like the advancements in AI and contributions to content creation and blogging and networking is huge on LinkedIn. And I could do a whole seminar on this, and I do have one on our website, but if you're not on LinkedIn, please set up a LinkedIn profile. Take really simple steps at first. LinkedIn, you can go and find the people you want to work with. You can search for the companies in your area, and the people in the marketing department, and the people in the events department, and the CEO, and the people who make the decisions. And it's at your fingertips. And if you're prepared to invest a little bit into it for $79 a month, you get even more information and their contact details. It is the bank of information, and once you get into it, you will love it as a marketing tool. And I'm going to talk a bit more because I'm going to show an example. The last thing is free events or cost price events. And I'm not going to go too deep into this because I know Catalina covered it yesterday and she's fabulous. For anyone who did miss that seminar, I'll do a quick overview. So everyone goes, oh, you can't do free events, you're losing money. Stop. Free events are how we built our corporate business. Because no one knew who we were, no one knew what we could actually do. We had nothing to show them who we were or what we could do. So we picked the 3 biggest brand and events agencies in Belfast City Centre, and we went and we had a meeting. And we said, we will do your first event for you at cost price. So cost price was just cover my staff and cover media if you want printing. Everything else we will do. The first event company got us on a really cheap rate. Really cheap, where it's Sammy's the back door, really cheap rate. Thankfully when COVID hit, we were able to get rid of that client. But we all learn from these things. You know, there's things that we have done in free events where Sammy has turned up and he's phoned me and went, are you serious? Are you actually serious? What were you thinking? Or so we are getting nothing out of this. So do your research. And don't be afraid that you do that free event where 6 people turn up and you get nothing out of it. Learn your equipment, take some photographs, smile, and leave. Leave early if you can, because we stayed all day the last one. It was awful. But look at the people you want to work with in your local area and think about it as an investment into your marketing. So it's your time, yes. But if you can get into a room where there are 40 event professionals, at an awards ceremony or an afternoon luncheon, they're your target audience. So look at the events that are right for you. If you can get into an event production house that don't do this stuff themselves, and you're getting to know their team and you get to do one of their events with them and become their arm of the business, they will never use anyone else. You know, we have built the relationships that we have built by doing some, not hundreds. I'm not saying every other event has to be, but when you're starting out, it's a really good marketing opportunity. You get to network, you get to meet people, you get to collect data, you get to collect marketing materials, and you get to do testimonials for your business. But you have to put that in writing with whoever you're giving that event to. You need to have an email, if you can, have a contract to say, we will do this in kind for you in return for X, Y, and Z, and be very specific about it. Because yeah, we got caught out in that too. We pumped money into an event, went, did it, ran it beautifully, and then they sent us an email to say, well, you can't use that content publicly. Learning curve. You don't want that to happen, because that's it, I'm not doing your event. You can go away, please. So, choose wisely. But it is an investment into your marketing, and it's a good opportunity for you to learn corporate and get more experience and meet more people and build your network, and there's so much value that comes out of it that you should do it. We still do it within our business. We are established and we still do it because there's some clients that I knock the door and I keep knocking the door and I keep knocking the door and I just can't quite get through. But this one actually on the slide at the bottom, we did an event, a holiday event for this charity, and I have been trying to get into this charity for a long time. They do hundreds of events, the opportunities are amazing. Loads of local businesses support this event. Everybody in this room was a business owner, and I wanted their data. So when I finally got a meeting with them and I sat down, there was 3 ladies at the table, and they were all from different departments. So one was marketing, one was events, and one was sponsorships. And they all had different ideas of what they wanted, but they only had a budget of £2,000, which wasn't going to cut any of what they wanted. And I took it on the chin, and it's also a charity that's quite close to my heart. And I thought, do you know what? We're going to do this, and we're going to deliver exactly what each of them wants. And we're going to do it on different levels of their events, and we're going to knock it out of the pan, and they're going to book us for everything moving forward. And that's what happened. And now we're meeting with them when we get back, and we will do all of their events this year, and so it will pay for itself time and time again. So while you're all really here, who in this room would like to turn the £500 photo booth into the $5,000 marketing job? Please stand up, please stand up. Woo! Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Is anybody, sit down for me, who is terrified of corporate? Please stand up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Okay. And for any of the DJs in the room, are there any of you that don't do, is there anyone in the room that doesn't do photo booths? Anyone? Stand up? Okay. You just do DJ? Game shows. You do game shows. Okay, so this is totally relatable to you too. Because everything I talk about is transferable into any business. What we're talking about, this is exactly the same, no matter what product or service you're marketing.
Corporate's third of our world.
Excellent.
Until COVID.
So you're rebuilding. Trying, okay.
Having a hard time.
Really? What are your pain points?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, really? Just for me? Do you want to sit down? Will we have a chat? Well, thank you very much.
Any tidbits you can give is greatly appreciated.
It's hard, and we were the same in our business. We only seen it coming back again last year. Sort of May, June, we got hammered in May and June, we weren't expecting it. We need to build a team again really quickly. And it's September, poor George, whereas George, our technical director, who sets everything up and runs everything and makes sure it works. Because I can't turn a photo. Hi George, come and meet everybody. For anyone who doesn't know, I can't turn a photo booth on. And I have no intentions of ever learning how to turn a photo booth on. It is my job to be creative and come up with stupid, wacky ideas and then go, George, can we do this? He goes, but it doesn't do that, Ursula. And then Sammy comes on the phone and he goes, what are you talking about? And I'm on the phone with the client, selling the dream, and Sammy's going, but it doesn't do that, Ursula. And I come off the phone and I'm like, oh, do you know what? They love it! And they're like, but it doesn't do that. And I'm like, give me solutions, no problems. And they make it work, because they're awesome at what they do. So let's take you through an actual marketing experience. So, how to market the experience to corporate. On your left, you will see a simple LinkedIn post with video content. From this one LinkedIn post after an event that we had done, we got 3 emails in 5 days asking about that experience. Because once people see something, they're like, ooh, that looks cool, until they get the price. So, you'll see the email there, which is typos, and it wasn't me, this is actually a screenshot. They're not my typos today. Asking for an event that they had coming up that was in February, and this was last July or August. And he just wanted a little bit of an idea of how much it would cost or what would work for them. So the next thing is to establish the budget with the client for the experience that you are going to provide. We do corporate events that are dropped off and are turned on, and they are so basic, and there's no backdrop and there's no props and there's really no experience. You know, George just turns it on and drops it off and plugs it in and picks it up again. And we make $500, and that's okay. Because if you can do lots of those, you can be very, very profitable and do very little work. But then you can take that experience and you can turn it into something else very cost effectively. So the experience I'm going to talk you through is called the Balloon Dome Experience. You'll see why in a moment, for anyone who hasn't seen this or just stalks me on LinkedIn. You added to the digital booth an inflatable, some branded balloons, a branded booth wrap, a branded digital photo and video overlay, a landing page, and post-event data. And suddenly you are building an experience for the client. So this client knows us particularly well and just wanted a figure to be able to judge what he was going to pitch to his customer. So you will see my response. Above I did put, please see below, and I just put the prices in because that's much quicker. And I basically told him I would start 5K. Then you have to sell the photo and video marketing experience to the client. And this is what he received once he said, yeah, that budget sounds okay. I always throw a figure out there with corporate, and I usually start it at, does £5 scare you? And if they go, it's a wee bit over what we were looking for, and I go, 2? And then they go, well, we could maybe push to that. And then I pitch them 3 things. 1 middle, 1 high, 1 on the lower end sometimes, depending on what I gauged from that, rather than wasting my time and going and doing all singing, all dancing, and they come back and go, we have no budget for that. Because you have to put a lot of effort into these. This isn't gonna play. Scott, could you hit play on that video for me? Worked?
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, it's okay, I forgive you. Sorry. You're so good.
Okay, so we're gonna press play. There we go, look at that.
I hear humming. Is it moving on your screen? Welcome, George. Everyone give him a round of applause. So, this is a sample proposal that we send to a corporate client. And within that proposal, we do basic mock-ups so the client can visualize what it's going to look like. And this is another thing that people in our industry get terrified about, because they're like, well, I don't own that booth, or I don't have that software, and they put so many things in their head and so many excuses as to why they can't do it that they never do it. But if you're going to get into corporate, you have to invest, and you have to invest your time, and you have to invest money into design. And once you set one of these up, it's a template, and it's rinse and repeat, and you can use it time and time again. And for anyone who's a member with us, we give them to you, and you just rebrand them, which makes your life very, very easy. So, if it's not going to work, how are we looking? Oh. No, nothing's working. So within this pitch deck, we basically outline what the experience is. So that's where we showcase the tools that we will use to carry out that, because it's really important, corporate, that you showcase everything to them, because you are now their brand manager and they need to see everything and they need to sign everything off. And even at this very early stage, I have already established a budget. I already know they're going to spend money with me, so I'm going to put a little bit of that money in. So the first thing is we talk about the pain points that they have, that they need, then into the experience, and we outline what is included in that. Then the branded booth, and then we start to look at other little elements that we can add, the experience, quick overlay that you can go into your software and do in your kitchen. Like, you don't have to go all single, you can do this from home. And then we add the extra little bits, like the digital props, and then we tell them how much it's going to cost them. Now, the email I sent him said £5,000, and this says 7.5. How did that happen? Well, my email said inflatable booth, and this says branded inflatable booth, so suddenly the price has just gone up. And then there's enhancements, so if they want printing, or they want a snow machine, or they want the branded balloons, because even though it's called a balloon dome, they're not branded balloons, they're the ones I can buy in the pound store, so if you want the branded ones, you have to pay for them. And so suddenly you're starting to take the price and the value of the experience up and make more money. And then you tell them who you are, you do a sheet with all the people that you've worked with, and give them your contact details to come back to you. But it's showcasing everything they need to know. And if they're not the decision maker, which a lot of the time they're not going to be, you could be working with a marketing agency or a PR company, or it could be somebody internally in events that still have to do a board, and depending on the company, the better you can showcase yourself and position your brand and what you do, the more chance you have of getting booked. And do not be afraid of putting in the figures that you think are justifiable for the service that you're providing. Every business is going to be different. Did we always charge that? No, we didn't. And that's okay, because when we started, we would have started with just branded digital booths. But all that experience is a branded digital booth in an inflatable. You know, so the profit in that job is humongous, because it's 2 members of staff, a little bit of printing, some branded balloons, and wrapping a booth. Like, there's not huge overheads with that, so that it's really profitable. So the next thing is then, you deliver the event. Let's see if the video, no, the video's not going to play. Can we play this video?
I can show it, but I'm not so sure we can play it.
Oh, that's okay.
Here she comes.
Let's go. Would you pay $7,000 for that? It's just a digital booth in an inflatable. Do not be afraid of this. You're content creators, you are creatives. You can do this. So after the event then we send a post-event report where they get a gallery with our images and any stats that was the objective of the client. That client, it was an engagement event for their staff to release a new brand under their Coca-Cola brand, but a new vodka brand, so that all their staff can engage with it. Now we're playing without playing. So what I have just talked you through is about selling the experience, okay? It doesn't matter what tool you use to do it. It doesn't matter if you're using a mirror booth. It doesn't matter if you're using a digital booth. It doesn't matter what tool you are using. You're selling an experience. And the main thing when it comes to the client is to showcase the experience. So here is 3 examples of experiences that we did in the last 12 months for clients. The 360, if we can get it to play now. Okay. So this is a 360 job that's done in a shopping centre, and this was for a student night, and you'll see that we use complete background removal, so it's totally on brand for the client, and went out across all of their social media. And for this client, their objective was email. They wanted to capture all of the students' emails so they could do email marketing to them at the mall. The second is the magazine booth. The magazine booth is currently one of the trending Google words if anyone is interested in Google Ads. The magazine booth is not new. Nothing in marketing is new. It's been done 1,000 times before, but we just take it and cook it and we make it different. But nothing is ever new, completely new and unique. And so the magazine booth, when Sammy started his booth business before I worked for him, it was one of the first experiences he did for weddings, and that was 2015. This is not new, but it's how you then re-cook it for the target audience today and now. And then the final one is our catwalk studio booth. So this was for a fitness awards, and that lady is currently walking on a green screen treadmill, which we bought off Amazon, and George painted, bless him, the day before. And I was very worried about the bottoms of people's Louboutins at the event, but we won't get into that, you know, we plan for these things. And again, green screen backdrop, walking on a treadmill. It's just like getting on D360 and it's going really slow. But you learn these things. I mean, the technical side of that, I make this sound easy because I don't know how to turn it on. I'm not stating that there's levels to this in terms of understanding your software. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. Your software is the biggest asset in your business when it comes to corporate. We use 9 softwares in our company. And we will choose the software depending on the experience. And we don't care what the software costs because we charge enough to buy the software. So don't nickel and dime on your software. It is the biggest asset in your business, and learning that software inside out and upside down and trying to break it the way George does and push it to its limits and utilising it until it doesn't owe you anything anymore and moving to the next one that you can push to the limits is so important. Because when I said earlier, I said to the boys, we'll give you a solution, not a problem. That's what they're doing. They're going off, and that's where the money comes in, and that's where the experience comes in, and that's where the time comes in. And that's why corporate have to pay you more money. Because this is not a couple that just want a photo booth. That you can actually bring any booth and they wouldn't notice, because they don't know any different. They don't know what an overlay is, and they don't know what a start screen is, and they don't care, they just want a photo booth at their wedding. When it comes to corporate, you have to be educated. You have to be able to educate them. You have to look after their brand and be their brand ambassador from the minute you start talking to them until that job's complete. So I'm going to hand over and see if anyone has any questions. Run, Scott, run!
I'm coming.
Come on, come on! Let's go get the steps in. We're doing it!
Gotta get my steps in. I'm here. Come get me with your questions. And you get to go first. And your name is?
Hello, my name is Tangela from Atlanta.
Hi.
Hi, you just mentioned the software cost and charging the corporation. Can you elaborate on how you include that? Are you going by your monthly costs for your software in the charge, or your yearly cost for the software?
Well, every job that you do, you should have your business operation overheads included within, even if that's a wedding or corporate, every job you do. So every job we do is either a half-day rate or a full-day rate. There's no in between. We don't charge by the hour. So it says, but only 1 or 2 hours, it doesn't matter, it's a half-day rate. Because all of your operational costs within your business have to be covered in every job. So that's your insurances, your accountancy, your marketing, everything that you take to run your business has to go into that cost. And your software is part of that. And then you have your marketing costs in between, and then you have your admin costs, and then you have your event costs. And that's why if you're charging by the hour, you need to stop charging by the hour, because you're not profitable. So there is actually a really good event calculator online. If you Google Booth event calculator, the guys have actually put that together, and you can actually put in the cost of an event, all of those details, and it'll tell you whether you're profitable or not.
I see the line. I know she has a follow-up question, and I know because you're so wonderful that you're going to join us in the back of the room.
That's okay.
After the presentation, and if that's the follow-up question there.
Oh, there you go. Hi, Ursula. Thank you for the presentation. Very nice.
Thank you.
I'm Alex from Los Angeles, and curious about what you said in the beginning about doing the free and at cost events, because I used to do that back in the day.
Okay.
And I stopped because, in my experience, once you give that client a certain price, they want that same low price every time moving forward.
Yeah.
How do you get them to start paying you?
So that's the mistake I made with that original client, as I said, and it took COVID for us to say we don't want to work for you anymore. Bye. But we had a client, this happened last year, just coming out of COVID, where it was an events company who do 163 events a year, and I had really been trying to get in the door with them, and it was a holiday event. And we put together holiday concepts every year for our members. So we put together the pitch deck, we do all the assets, we hand it to you, you can go and run it, so it's all done. And this guy messaged me and he was like, I really need a booth at this event, but their budget's only 600. And I was like, you don't leave the house for 600. But I knew the potential there, and I put it in writing to him. So it's the same guy I screenshotted here, and I just put it in writing to him. I said, I'm really happy to work with you on this event, but every event going forward will have to be a minimum of 1,200. Are you okay with that? And he came back and says, that is perfectly fine, let's just get this one done. That same holiday event we did in December, and they did pay 1,200, and it was just a drop-off booth. So it's put it in writing, manage people's expectations of exactly what it is you want to get out of it, what they're going to get out of it, and if no lines in between, keep it very black and white. Welcome.
Okay, how do you justify buying those items for the events? So like the snow machine, the treadmill, if I buy those, then after the event I'm stuck with like a $2,000 snow machine.
So, we market the experience before we own it. That's how we've built our business. We've never had any debt in our business because we market stuff we don't own and then we sell it at a price that justifies buying it and making a wee bit of profit. our studio is like a photo booth graveyard. We own everything. We own everything because at some point it's been used in our business. But there's still, you can put it out for other things, or what you can do, if you get kind of that events graveyard going on in your lockup or your studio, try hire the other people. Try hire your network in your area. Try hire the DJs. Build those relationships. Say to the girl that does the amazing balloons, or do you want to dry hire this? You know, there's always ways to make money, and when you're an entrepreneur, you're supposed to look at multiple revenue streams within your business.
So a little language translation. Dry hard?
Dry hire? Rental.
Dry
rental?
Okay, thank you.
As in, they pay you to use your account. I'm done.
Hi, Simone from Seattle. So for the corporate events, I wanted to know what your thoughts are for creating contracts with them. Like if they do a contract and you do like 2 or 3 events a year and charge them a certain amount, or is it better just to do one and hopefully they return?
So there's different ways of doing corporate, and literally I could be in this room all day just talking about corporate because there's so many levels to it. Again, we have training for all of this on our site. But there's lots of ways you can look at leasing, right? So say for example, let's do it in 3 simple levels. You can have a single event, you can have multiple events, you can have a short-term lease, so say the likes of a shopping mall at Christmas that wants it for 6 weeks, or you can have a long-term lease and permanent install. There's different levels within corporate. You absolutely have to have a contract no matter what job you are doing, because you're a professional business and you need to cover yourself. Your contract is about protecting yourself. I do not cover anything legal because I am not qualified to talk about legal. Please speak to your attorney. Does that answer your question? A little bit? Hi.
Good morning, Ursula. My name is John.
Hi.
I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. I started out as Wilmington, Delaware. Okay. I started out as a photographer.
Okay.
Well, I still am a photographer, and a lot of my clients, I flipped from the photography into the photo booth in the 360 for their events. You spoke on 2 things that were a pain point with me. LinkedIn flagged my account.
Ooh, okay.
Because I had my business name in there.
Yeah.
And I built it over years, because I've been in the photography industry for over 14 years.
Okay.
And what is your opinion? Should I go back? And I've had numerous back and forths with them.
Okay.
To try to get my account back, and they won't give it back to me.
So they
So
actually closed your account, or they
Yes.
just flagged it?
No, they closed it because they said
Multiple.
I violated their policy by having my business name in my account.
In your personal page?
Yes. I had my name in my business account, and
Okay.
they literally took it.
Okay. I need to visualize and see where it is on the page, because you can add your business details to your LinkedIn profile, but you're meant to add it under your experience. If you put it into the header, they might have flagged you for it, because you should really have a personal page and grow your personal page.
So that was my thing. Should I go back at it at a different?
How big was your network?
It was huge.
Huge?
Yes.
I would fight for it.
Yeah,
Come
I'll
and see
try.
me and I'll see if you can show it to me, I'll certainly try and help
I'll
you.
try, and they just won't do it. Now, the second part of this is you spoke on.
He's not happy. It's okay. Go, keep going, keep going, keep going.
You spoke on Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
So I joined several of them. State of New Jersey, I'm currently talking to the state of Delaware. But the state of New Jersey, I got nothing from.
Okay.
It was like giving money and not getting anything.
Okay.
And every event, it was like, oh, we don't have a budget for it, but you're welcome to bring it.
But what did you do? So you said, I didn't get anything from it. But there's marketing opportunities there. Did you go to all the breakfast meetings?
Yes, I went to the events and everything, but they knew what I did. They saw the selfie booths, they saw everything. I bought the roamer to one event, and then thereafter, it was like, oh, we don't have a budget for it, but you're welcome to bring your device.
Yeah, but that's the chamber. The people in that room were your client. Did you capture data? Did you do follow-up email marketing to them?
I didn't do follow-up though.
Oh, right, go away, one sit down. Such an excuse. Well, they didn't do anything for me. Well, what did you do? There is opportunity everywhere. There's no excuses. Everyone you speak to is a potential customer. Everyone.
Just a friendly footnote for those who don't know, on LinkedIn or on Facebook, your profile for your personal page must be your name, not your business. And they can close your Facebook or LinkedIn account without even notifying you if your business name is on a personal page.
You can also lose your Google My Business. You
There
haven't
you go.
got it as your actual name. And the same if your social media does not have your actual legal business name, you can lose all of your reviews in your Google account overnight and you cannot get it back. So be very careful when you're setting up and optimizing your Facebook, your Instagram, all your social media. Everything should tie back, and all your free business listings, identical information. It's so crucial.
All right, so you say you have a whole lot of people part of your network, and I'm trying to figure out with the network, how do you join the network and what are you going to get with the network? That's what I'm looking for.
I'm really bad at this part, I'm really bad at selling. Everyone on our team said this week, you have to get up and sell what you do. So, a quick overview, because I know we're tight for time and I don't want to go off schedule or Scott will shout at me. Photo Booth Marketing is a subscription website where you pay $150 per month and you sign up. Every week we do a live coaching call and we cover topics like today. We cover LinkedIn, we cover marketing, we cover everything from business planning, writing a business plan, through to running high-end corporation events. So no matter where you are within your business, there's over 300 hours of live training already on that site. There's 5 years of training on that site. There are over 700 videos, marketing videos, professional marketing videos that are shot at events already on that site. There are over 8,000 images for you to use for your marketing, because that's the one thing everybody struggles with in the industry. They're like, well, I don't do it because I don't have content. Well, we give you the training, we give you the content, we give you the assets. So there's pitch decks in there that you can edit. There's sample quotes, there's sample emails, there's everything that you need to market your business and have no excuses for $150 a month. You cannot pay a business coach, a marketeer, a content creation team less than $5K a month for what you get for $150. And for anyone who does sign up with us today, using the QR code that's on the screen, if you use the code PBX24, you will get an additional free video worth $200 to market your business. So you could choose one wedding and one corporate to get you started, or whatever way you want to use it within your business. Does that answer everyone's question?
Hey, this is Eric from Dallas Fort Worth. I wanted to ask you a question. So from your experience, how did you determine what's a right free event? You know, because the corporate could call you, but...
Say that again for me.
How do you determine what's a right free event?
So for me, it's about looking at what we need. So I put every free event we do down as marketing expenses. So I look at it and I say, okay, what do we currently need in the business? First of all, I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. So I will watch what people are doing. There'll be certain annual events that happen all the time, or there'll be charities that are running events all the time. And I look at what's going to be lucrative. And I connect with those people on LinkedIn, first of all, and I watch and I engage and I start conversations with them to slowly open the door. And then I decide on, right, where's the client that's spending money? And so you look at their events and you look at the venues they're in, you look if they're doing room dressing, you look at if they have sponsors, and you look at the target audience that's going to be in that room, because ultimately that's your opportunity. It's not always just the client. So like that charity event, it's close to our hearts anyway. But that was all CEOs and businessmen in that room, business owners that have money to spend, that do events within their business. That's who I wanted. So do your research and be very specific when you speak to them. And don't send them a cold email. Lift the phone and speak to someone. You know, imagine lift the phone to talk to people. It's awful. But yeah.
Thank you. And then I feel like 5 seconds. I feel like
Scott, you're losing control here.
But I just wanted to confirm, with the membership course, do you talk about how to take advantage of LinkedIn? Thank you.
There is full training on LinkedIn on our site. And I cover it regularly in Zooms.
Okay. I know there are more questions, and this will be the last
That's okay.
here.
Yeah, that's
But I also know that Ursula is very nice and friendly and gracious and will tell you what you really need to hear.
That's all lies.
I know.
Horrible.
It's true. In the back of the room after her presentation so that we can be ready for our next presenter. And here it comes.
Hey, I'm Ashley from Tallahassee, Florida.
Hi.
Really quick. So, most of my clients are corporate, but of course the price changes.
Yeah.
Very, very big. I get a lot of calls from marketing agencies.
Yeah.
I don't know how to differentiate the conversation. Some of them want a small budget, some of them have a big one, but they kind of secretive with the client.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what to say to them. I feel like sometimes I miss an opportunity because I try to sell them a big package when they really want a small one, but they won't tell me who the client is.
So we have a pitch deck within our business that showcases several experiences, and on that, when it's going to agency, I will put prices from, so that they can see if you only have 500 for a drop-off booth, this is what you can do. If you have 2 grand, this is what you can do. If you have 60 grand, this is what you can do. So the agency understands that you have level pricing and that you can always work with them, but try to get out and have a meeting with them. Try to sit around a table to find out, what have you got coming up? How can I help you? What has worked in the past? Do a lot of listening, and then go off and create what you know is going to resonate with them and give them something that they always have. Like, there's one of the events companies we work with, and again, we used to work with them pre-COVID. It took us ages to get back in the door with them. Sammy and I went down and had a meeting. Our pitch deck is 70 pages long, 70 pages. And nobody's ever reading that, by the way, but it makes us look really fucking cool. But you just kind of flick through it so they go, woo, 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 that's great. And then you give it to them to use afterwards. That company now phones us twice a week and books, and they don't even ask pricing anymore. They'll come and say, the client's budget is X. And you have to remember, they're putting another 30% on that anyway. So charge whatever you want to charge, and they'll either book it or they won't. Does that make sense?
It makes total sense, and that's why you are the queen, the goddess, the one who knows everything.
I have one last
Ladies and
request.
gentlemen.
Can I just have one last request?
Real quick.
I never do a picture when I'm on stage, so can I ask everyone to stand up and do a picture with me? Because we're content creators, right?
Quick, stand up, put on your smiles, pick up your pens. And if you see a phone, somewhere on the floor, my good friend here, EJ, lost his phone.
Thank you, everyone. Anyone who has any questions, I will be at the back of the room.